Hey everyone, and thank you for joining me today for my April Plan With Me video. For this month, we are going to be doing a butterfly theme, and I'm using my minimalism art journal for this. It has the bookmarks at the bottom, this elastic band for closure, and it also has this pocket in the back, which is really good if you're like me and you have a whole bunch of stickers and pictures you want to put in your journal. Plus, it's relatively cheap. I got this one for $8.95 off Amazon, which is absolutely amazing. Most bullet journals are about $20, $30. For this month's cover page, I watercolored this Luna Moth, and if you would like to see that, I will be posting a video very soon on how I did that and just the process. And then I'm also using these beautiful pictures that I found off Pinterest, and I'm also using these little butterfly cutouts that are so cute. I found them off Amazon, and they're just very thin. They're not a sticker material, but they're just very easy to paste in your bullet journal. But before I can get started, I realized that I placed this on the left hand side of my paper, and I really need to move it to the right hand side. As you can see from my past months, I like to have a 2-page monthly spread, and so I'm gonna need to move that over 1 page. So I am going to try my hardest to not rip up my paper or peel it or anything. I didn't use glue dots. I don't really use those anymore. I have found that the Scotch Create, they're like adhesive squares for scrapbooking, are so much better if you make a lot of mistakes like I do, and I always try and find a way to cover them up. Definitely not perfect, but it makes it so much easier when you have to pull things up out of your bullet journal. Glue dots, they kind of leave this residue, and it's just not for me, but each to each their own. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this on the right side of the paper, and then I'm going to just press it down a little bit. The squares are all still sticky, so there's no need to add any more. So to begin my monthly spread, I'm just going to start by writing April reminders at the top. This section is dedicated more to my work schedule than my school schedule. At the beginning of my bullet journal, I have a spot dedicated to all of my school reminders. I like to keep my school and my work separate. I find that's what works best for me. And then below this, I am just going to begin by listing out all of the days, and then beside those days, I will end up writing every reminder that I have. And if I have one, if I can't fit it all on one line, I'll just draw a little arrow under or over it with something, because some days things do overlap. I can't expect it all to fit on one line. And then after this, I'm going to take my zebra mild liner. This is, I don't believe they have color names, but this is the yellow kind of orangey one. I chose a very bright color because this is what came to mind, like sunny, when I think of spring. And a lot of these colors do match in my pictures that I chose for this page. You can see it in the flowers and also in the butterfly's wings. So after I'm done highlighting every other number, I will go ahead and take my Scotch Create adhesive squares, and they come in this giant roll. It kind of reminds me of like movie film. I don't know why. It's just what I think of when I see them. And then I'm going to peel off my sticker. It's kind of like a double-sided sticker or double-sided tape, but it's just smaller and it makes it more even. And then after I place this last one down, I will go ahead and peel off this little back. And then I'm just gonna take my clear washi tape with these little gold crosses, and then I'm going to place that right there. I found that I don't use much thick washi tape. I always tend to use more of like the thinner ones, and if I do use a thicker washi tape, it'll always be more of a transparent one, just because I don't want it catching too much attention. I want that to be more on the pictures that I use and the quotes that I put in my bullet journal. For this picture that I'm about to place down, it says, "Another transformation is taking place within you, and all you have to do is allow it to happen." I love to put in very self-inspiring quotes that make me feel good. I want to open up my bullet journal and just have it full of so much love and memories. I want to look back at it and be like, wow, this made me so happy, and I want to be able to remember this time. I use it more of as like a scrapbook journal / planner, and I find that's what works best for me. I'm definitely not a more minimalist style. And then I'm just going to be putting in this gold washi tape. I did cut it in half just because, like I said, if I don't like more opaque washi tape unless it is thinner, so I still use it. I just always tend to cut it in half. And I love how it sparkles, so big plus. After I get done placing all of my washi tape, I'm going to go ahead and grab some of those butterfly cutouts that I showed you guys earlier, and I'm going to play around with the placement of them on my paper. Once I find the two that I do want to use, I'm just going to use the same adhesive squares to place them down on my paper. After I'm done placing my little butterflies, I'm going to go ahead and grab the same highlighter that I used earlier, and it's in this yellow color, and add a little bit more, I want to say like a shadow of yellow to my title. It just brings a little something extra, makes it a little more interesting. And after I'm done with this, I'm going to grab my Zig Millennium, I believe it's the 01 stippling pen, but it's just like any old fine liner, and I'm going to start drawing these cute little butterflies. They're just very tiny. I don't want them to become too distracting, but I don't like a lot of blank space in my bullet journal, so it adds just a little something extra to fill the space. Then I'm going to go ahead and draw the box for what I'm going to focus on for the month. And I'm going to use this purple clear kind of ruler that I always use. I like how it has the half circle on it. I'm definitely not perfect, but I like to think I can try my best to do a straight line on my own, and I always end up disappointing myself. So I'm just going to use this ruler. And for my focus for the month, I always try and have that more motivated toward my something emotionally that I would want to accomplish for the month. I think in the past, let me see, for this past month, it was focus on relaxing, exploring, and treating yourself more. That's something that I've been working on more. Just something small that I don't have to do, but something that I'm wanting to do for myself. And then my goal, which I'm about to draw at the top of my page, is more something long term that I would like to do, like opening up a savings account, just all of that kind of stuff that I know I need to do, but if I don't write it down, I know I won't. And then after I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and include another photo that I had found off of Pinterest, and I decided on this blue one with the butterflies and the flowers. I love butterflies, I love flowers. It's going to be a definite overwhelming kind of theme for this month. And I found that when I really like a theme for a month, I tend to go a little bit overboard, and I want to include too much of what I have. So I'm trying really hard not to do that, but I did end up in the end including too much, and then I had to take some of it off at the end. And then if I didn't have enough butterflies before, I'm gonna go ahead and add some stickers, because who doesn't love stickers? These I got from Hobby Lobby, and they're kind of clear. They don't have the white background to them. And it's a love-hate relationship with clear stickers. I do like the seamless kind of look they have on your bullet journal and how you can kind of place them easier, but I make so many mistakes, and I really like a more opaque kind of background, like a whiter background to my sticker. Sometimes it just depends. Just because I do make mistakes, and when I do, I want to cover it up easily and not have to feel like that the whole page is ruined. It can benefit to have both on hand. That's why I have the cutouts, because they're more opaque, and then these clear ones that I can just have everywhere when needed. Then at the bottom of this page, I'm gonna go ahead and start doodling, I guess. I really didn't have a plan of how I wanted this to be, but I remembered growing up, we used to have, I don't know what they're really called. If I can find a picture of them, I'll insert it right here. But we had butterfly bushes, that's what we called them. I don't know them by any other name. They're like green kind of bushes with these orange, yellow, kind of red, pink flowers on them. That's a lot of colors, but they're just like, I remember them being like orange and yellow kind of. And they'd be everywhere, and butterflies would just swarm on them. So I wanted to include kind of a little doodle of them right here. It's very tiny, but then after I draw all of the leaves, I'm just going to draw these little butterflies kind of hovering around them. It connects with my childhood, and it makes me happy, and that's the purpose of journaling. It's supposed to make you happy and not stressed out. So to finish up this month, I'm going to just try and fill in some of these blank spaces that I have. And to fill in this one on the right side of my page, I just took my zebra mild liner and scribbled randomly on my paper. And then I took my fine liner and wrote "Have Hope" in small letters, and I did the hope in kind of a cursive font to cursive, I don't know if that's a word, in a cursive like font, just to switch it up. And then for this middle section, I wasn't exactly sure what to do, so I grabbed some stickers from the back of my folder, and I ultimately picked this one in the top left corner, but I wasn't in love with how it looked after I placed it, so I placed something else, and then I drew some more, and then I drew more flowers, and no matter what I added, I really just didn't like the way the sticker itself looked. I've used them in the past and I love these stickers, but the color and everything, it didn't really work for me. So I did end up changing this after this video is over. So I'll make sure to input a little clip or picture so that you guys can see what it looks like now. But other than that, this is my finished monthly spread. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.